Hey beauties, I have an interview with my friend Christina Lecuyer today. I'm super excited to have her on. And today we're in the social distancing stuff still. So I'm trying to bring you more information and conversations that are going to, I don't know, brighten you up a little bit or be helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. So Christina, I always love listening back to our conversations. They're always really, really funny because I think the both of us are so, I think we're both very blunt and period.
Totally, 100%. I am as blunt as you can possibly make it. I try to be sensitive because I obviously understand that I only have my perception, but I am so determined to live my most authentic life and my most authentic purpose. And no matter kind of what anyone else thinks about that, that's kind of where I come from and that's where I stand. And, obviously on social media at Be Christina, which I'm, on there quite a bit all day, every day. I really just try to be my most authentic self. And I love that I attract those who love the energy. And if I don't, then that's totally great. Social media is an amazing thing where you can just push that unfollow button and you don't have to listen to me anymore.
Yeah. I was actually, I was talking to different people about your actual audience, like in general, trying to bring or, attract the right people to you. And I think I think it can be so hard sometimes because it's like, I was thinking, I'm debating on creating a podcasting workshop. And I realized that the audience that I'm looking for are people that don't want it to be done fancy because that's not necessarily how I do my podcasts. Like I kind of here, I'll set it out and edit it, but otherwise I do everything else myself. So if you want that, then go somewhere else. But it's hard. It's actually hard to say that because you're like, that's not what I do. And it's almost like you're turning down money, but you're not because it's not
No, you are 100% not turning down money. The minute you actually say, this is what I'm doing and this is who I am, if you like it, amazing. If you don't, go somewhere else. It's magical because you attract the people who actually want to be in your energy. I have an amazing, people who love me want to be fucking around me all the time. They want to buy whatever I have. They want to come to my masterminds and listen to my shit and get on my retreats and, do my coaching and all of those things because I am like, hey, this is what I have to offer. I believe it can 100% serve you. And if you're on the same page, perfect. People eat it up. So that's something really beautiful that I love in this lesson, especially now, right in this moment when so many people are grasping at straws for what is it that I can do during this time? I'm such a firm believer that we all have an amazing purpose. And if you put your mind to it and you set the intention, you can absolutely make a profit at it because you have something the world needs. So you should be compensated. So I think it's so amazing that you just said that. You can say that 100% completely. Listen, if you want to start a podcast and you want the bare bones of a podcast that's super authentic and I can get you, up and running within the first 5 weeks or whatever it is, then that's the amazing thing about it because you're going to attract the perfect people.
Mm-hmm. Actually, and then in saying all that, thank you for that. And then two, the thing that I said this the other day on Insta, which was, and I'd like to get your opinion on it too, because I know you'll be completely honest, is that I think that the whole reason that this thing kind of happened, it's just like this whole message from the universe saying, listen, it's time to slow down. And it's time to realize that we were kind of messing up the world a little bit. So let's figure out what actually serves us, like one another, people, and humanity as a whole, and then the world as a whole. And I think that's why so many people are also losing their jobs because there's so many people that were not in their purpose. And I only got one reaction from that, which is kind of like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. Because it didn't seem like you were loving your job last time I checked. I didn't say that to her.
And abso-freaking-lutely, girl, that's 100% what I believe.
Yeah.
Because that's what people want. I will tell you one of the reasons why I'll be honest, I have signed more clients in the last month during the pandemic than I signed in January and February. And I 100% know is because I have been the exact same person for the last 4 years. My mission has not changed. My message has not changed. The way I show up has not changed. people love consistency. And I will say that I do feel extremely blessed that, because I think what you said was 100% bang on. I feel extremely blessed that my pandemic, my world crashing down on me, happened 10 years ago, because I had the same thing. I was so far out of alignment with what I should be doing that my pandemic happened. And I just got so lucky that for the last 10 years, I've been investing in my mindset. I've been investing in my business. I've been investing in my health, my mental, my relationships, all of those things. So I feel right now that I've created like strong, almost bank accounts, if you want to say, like financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, in the last 10 years that I'm getting through this pandemic. I will be 100% dead on. I swear to God, nothing in my life has changed. Like, yeah, I can't like go to like eat and I can't hang out with friends, but overall, my business is the same. My mindset is the same. I'm still, you know, creating the same exact thing that I've done before. And I know for a fact exactly what you're saying. The universe just needed to take a big, fast hold on. You're not listening to God, source, universe, whatever. And I believe that there was like brakes put on because we weren't listening. We had been showing the signs for so many years. And I love the fact that now so many people are going, yeah, I was so far out of alignment. Like, I was doing this job I absolutely fucking hated. I was treating myself like crap. I've been in this horrible relationship and I'm just staying because it's quote unquote safe. Well, now the world is in this place that, guess what? Your safe job, your 9-to-5 paycheck is no longer even there. The one thing that you thought was safe. So now you have this beautiful opportunity to create your own what, like living so far into your purpose. Now you have the beautiful opportunity to do so. And I love that you're saying this. And I hope so many people listen to this because it's so true. And I want to scream it from the rooftops because I believe it as strongly as you do.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, because you kind of said this the other day to me, as we were doing Voxer, and you're saying like, isn't it cool how you actually ended up going back to this job? And it actually is, because right now horses are always something that I've loved. And I took a step back from it because the environment there was bad. And everything else was still the same. Like, it was, you know, it is what it was what it was. And it was stuff that I enjoyed doing. And so when I stepped out, then it just put like a whole bunch of other things in motion. Those other people that were crappy and creating the bad environment, they ended up leaving. And then my boss ended up calling me back. He was not one of the issues. He ended up calling me back and giving me a better position, housing, more money. Like, it ended up being great. It was perfect. And then now it turns out that this job is also stable for me, which is really cool. And I'm also doing like the side hustle of the Reiki and the podcasting. And like, now that's something I'm working on more. And it's kind of like, it is really interesting to say, okay, I believed in my purpose and the things, and like the universe putting me in places where it needs to be. And it's going to keep me safe in some way, shape, or form. And otherwise it's going to show you a message saying you did something wrong.
Yeah.
And you got to listen.
And so many people are so like, I did an Insta story the other day. No swipe ups, no nothing. I was just so emotional because there's people in my life, you know, a couple of close family members and friends who are just still not getting this wake up call. Like, all of the same excuses and all of the bullshit mindset that they had before this is just accentuated so much more. Like, I was fucked before. Well, now I'm triple fucked. Like, to me, instead of going, okay, this is a moment where everyone on the planet is all the same. You know, my husband and I were watching, you know, a music thing last night. It was like the ACM Awards, the Country Music Awards, and all of the musicians did it from their homes and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I just turned to him and I was like, you know, this is a time where the world has almost come, like, we're all on the same playing field. Doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter if you're fat, skinny, black, white, rich, poor, whatever. Like, so many of us are all exactly the same right now. Like, yes, different situations. And I definitely I can only see the world from my lenses. And I try to look at other people's lenses. Like, I don't have children. I still have a roof over my head. I've created a job that I'm making more money this month than I did last month. Like, I'm so thankful for that. But I also see too, my responsibility before and my responsibility now, I'm getting to do the exact same thing because I'm in alignment with my purpose. And I think it's so beautiful that so many people are now have this amazing opportunity if they want it and if they choose to take it, because not everyone's going to choose it. But I hope and pray that so many people are just going to get this switch turned on in their head. It's like, I now have the key to take responsibility for my life.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else I think is super cool about this is that it's not even necessarily like a big step. People already know, like they already know what their passions are. They already like it's literally so simple. And that's always like one of the guiding things that I've realized, like the steps are really, really simple. Like you're not going to be given all the steps, but you can get like this nudge and you know that it's this particular direction. You're like, okay. But literally, like I was listening to, do you listen to Build Your Tribe with Chalene Johnson?
Oh, I know her, but I don't listen to it fully.
Okay. Well, I was listening to one of hers and she was just talking about, like these are some other jobs that you could do. And they're just really like, they're really, really simple, but if they're things that you really enjoy, it wouldn't be hard. So it's like, doing online teaching for kids. Like if you really enjoy being with kids or teaching kids, you can still do that. If that's something you haven't been doing, you can move into it because everyone's at home now. So they need that many more people to do online things. And then and then she was talking about like dog walkers and stuff like that. So if you love, I love horses, I'm working with horses. If you love dogs, go walk some people's dogs. Like it doesn't, it doesn't have to be anything, like our egos don't have to get in the way of what we might potentially be able to do and still be able to be successful and create income. And
so let's give your listeners like 3 things that I tell all of my clients who are trying to find their most purposeful like reason for existing. Mm-hmm. Number 1, I always say, what would you do for free if you had the opportunity? I guarantee you, I would be on this podcast whether I had $1 billion or $1. I love this. I love being with my clients. And you've done my mastermind. You know how much I love it. Like I fucking love it. So what would you do for free? The second one is what makes your voice raise with excitement or almost like a bit of like anger. Like, listen to me. When I get on my Instagram, I'm passionate. I talk 1,000,000 miles an hour and my voice goes high and blah, 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 blah. It's because I'm so passionate about it. And then the third thing, and listen to your body language. I want people to listen to themselves. Like when you do your dance, for instance, your audience watches you. I can see the movement in your body. You freaking don't care who's watching. If you're so passionate about it, that's your body language telling you you're in alignment with what you should be doing. The third thing, where do you see an injustice in the world? I hate when someone says that. I hate anyone who's got a negative mindset. I hate the fact that people don't feel like they're worthy to do something. Mm-hmm. I hate, that's where I lived for such a long period of time. So if you're trying to find your passion and your purpose and what you could possibly turn into, some sort of paid opportunity, look at those 3 questions. Go through that in your head and figure those things out, because that's 100%. I believe every human being on this planet breathing air has a purpose. And it sometimes is not going to make you $1 million, but sometimes it could make you $1 billion. And if you are like, I truly believe that. I 100% believe that. But I also believe too, the people that are going to be the most successful are the people that are playing the long game, showing up every single day, taking constant action. You have got to take action every single day. And if you're not one who's going to hold yourself accountable to that, well, then you better hire a coach. You better surround yourself with the people who are, going to hold you accountable to that. You better set yourself up into some sort of program, whatever it is. I know for a fact, I literally cannot fail because I will never quit. I know that one thing about myself. 0 fucking chance I'm quitting. Even when I say I'm going to quit, I know in the back of my mind, I'm never going to quit. So I'm going to be successful. Like, end of story. Mm-hmm. The only time I'm not going to be is if I quit or when I die. That's it. That, like, literally, those are the only 2 things. I promise you. And I want your audience to remember that just because we're on a social distancing, epidemic right now, does not mean that we're banking these days of our life that we're going to get them back once this is over. This is still part of your life. You're still got one last day on this planet, so quit fucking wasting it.
I love that you just said that, because I haven't actually heard anyone say it in that way before, but that's like, it's true. We're not going to get it back. So why are you sitting there watching hours and hours of Netflix?
And eating your life away and going, well, I'll start my life back up in 90 days when we all get let out of our house. You just lost 90 days of your life. What the hell are you doing? Do one thing every day. Take an hour, take 30 minutes. Guess what, sister? All those things that you just said you'd put off when you have time, guess what? The world just gave you the time.
Mm-hmm. So I've been seeing these, some things. I love you. You're so hilarious. I've been seeing these things on Instagram now, and it's like, there's these two polarizingly opposite things. It's like, there's like you and me, Chris Harder, that are saying, get the fuck moving and start doing something with your life. And then there's these other ones where I understand it, but at the same time, I'm a bit like, I don't accept that, where it's, like, this is a traumatic event and you can take the time. It's okay to do nothing. I'm like, I think there's time in the day to do nothing, to like take it in and heal. Like, that's all what I'm about anyway, right? Is like, learning how to heal yourself and figuring out what you need to work through. But I don't think you should just be doing nothing.
Okay, so I think that is so beautiful, because I've had so many people DM me and say, hey girl, I understand where you're coming from, but I do think it's okay to rest, and I do think it's okay to be still. And I was like, hi, I don't know how long you've been following me. And actually two of my clients messaged me to that. And I was like, listen, I understand, but I want you to recognize that Christina, who has been on Instagram for 6 years straight, posting every single fucking day, she has never said it's okay just to sit on your ass and do nothing. However, she does show up every single day and say, listen to that small, still voice inside of you. She does post the daily devotionals every morning that very well, one of her favorite scriptures ever is be still and know God, and listen to that still small voice. But I don't think that God's saying, hey girl, sit on your ass for the next 90 days and watch Netflix and I'll just hand it to you on a silver platter. That is not what's happening right now. I think that you can absolutely do both, but I think for you not understanding that right now is one of the most amazing opportune times in your whole entire life that you will ever be given. God hope that this is the only time that this type of pandemic happens. You have literally been served with an abundant amount of time to invest in yourself. Now, if you're the type of person who wants to hire a coach and, go all in and do whatever, that's great. And I think it's fucking an amazing time. I told someone the other day, I would rather ride a bicycle and sell my car than not have a coach. My mind doesn't go there, because I'm like, oh, that'll never fucking happen, because I'm going to be so abundant that I'll never have to sell anything. I am making more money out of this time than ever. But I will 100% guarantee you, and I know you are very similar in the fact that you invest in yourself so heavily, but now more than ever is the time that you need to be taking action to invest in yourself, become the better version of yourself. Give yourself the tools so when in 90 days the world opens again, you are more educated and higher evolved and know more of your purpose and are further along the journey than the person who just sat on the couch watching every Netflix series for the last 90 days. Like, you have a beautiful time, and quit telling yourself that yes, you can rest and be still. I'll be honest, I watched that freaking Tiger show at nights and things like that, but you have got to have a routine in your life. You can't treat every day for the next 90 days as a Sunday and just pop open a bottle of champagne at 7 a.m. and watch Netflix. This is not okay, because it's not getting you closer to who you are supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. And
I know that.
Mm-hmm. And I think okay. So the other thing that I'm thinking of as you're saying that is that I don't know if people actually realize this, and this is something that I've been working on too, is that it doesn't even take that long, because you can actually concentrate your time, and you could honestly work on something for even 20 minutes a day. And if you focus yourself in that time frame, you're taking a step. And if you're not used to working a lot during the day, on your own stuff, then just set your timer, say 20 minutes, get everything away from you that's going to distract you, and focus. And the first 5 to 10 minutes, you're probably going to be still a bit distracted, but you're gonna be like, no, I'm focusing on this, the one thing. And it's like only another 10 minutes. It's fine. And then you get in it. And then after that, you sometimes just keep on going, which is beautiful.
Absolutely.
And it's like, it's just
like anything. You need to time block. If you are not a person who has ever worked from home before, and I do think that I take advantage for the fact that I have, been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years from my home, you have to still have a routine, sister. Like if you're like, I'll be honest, I used to get up anywhere between 4:30 and 5:30. I'm now getting up between 5 and 6 o'clock. So my hours changed a little bit different. Like, and I'm actually using that. I'm like, you know what? I deserve an extra hour of sleep. It's totally fine. No big deal. But I'm still working out. I'm still getting my clients in. I'm still, trying to eat relatively good. No fucking way am I drinking during the day. No fucking way does my television turn on during the day. I 1,000,000% limit myself to what I watch on television and what I see on my phone. There is no way in hell you can come out of this thinking that you're going to be okay, let alone okay. Like, I assure you, I will end this year better than I ended last year. As God is my witness, because that's the way I'm showing up right now. I am the most confident, positive person. And if you take anything from this podcast, I want you to take this. Even the days that I feel like shit, even the days when I go down the rabbit hole of, oh my God, my family lives in Canada. What if they get sick? The borders are closed. What if I get sick? What happens if my husband? Like, I have gone down that rabbit hole. I am human. It's not fucking something like, I'm like, oh my God, but I am not acting from that place. Massive difference. I am not showing up every day acting from a place of fear. I'm like, okay, that exists. But who do I want to show up here today? I want to show up as the most confident, consistent, positive Christina I have ever shown up as. And that's what I'm acting as, even if I sometimes have those bad moments of fear, because that's human. But me acting from that space is not getting me closer to who I want to be.
Okay. So in saying that, when you go down that way, like you get anxious, you start thinking, oh my God, someone's going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. I might you said you don't really go down the rabbit hole of I'm going to lose like my money and go that way usually. But when you start going down that way, how do you get yourself out of it? What's the first step? Absolutely.
Number 1, move your body. Number 2, think about all the things that you have to be grateful for. And number 3, 99% of the shit that goes on in your head is never going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's never probably going to fucking happen. And guess what? If it does happen, I will figure it out. I know enough about myself to know that if shit hits the fan, which it has a million times before, I will figure it out. But what can I focus on right now, here today, to control how things are going right now? I can turn off my TV. That's for damn sure, because that's what I did in the beginning. The first week this went on, I was like, oh my God, babe, we have to watch this. Let's watch this. Well, no wonder you think you're going to fucking die. Like, that's all they're talking about for 24 hours a day. Like, I guarantee you, I've got people in my family and my husband's family that can tell you every person in this town of 80,000 people that have the disease, that are dying, that are on a ventilator. Like, I'm like, oh God, you are for sure going to get it. You are fucked. Totally. Yep, you're going to get it. Because about, it does not even cross my mind that I'm going to get it. And if I did, like, I'm not, but if I did, I would figure it out. I'm going to be healthy. I'm taking care of myself. And if I get sick, I will figure it out. And if I am supposed to die, well then, I'm going to die. Like, I'm so okay with knowing that everything that's supposed to happen is going to happen, that I'm like, well, fuck, if this is the way I'm going to go, that totally bites. But I am literally like, that's the only way it's going to go. Like, because I have so many things I want to accomplish in this world. And I actually tell myself that a lot too. Like, I had this one time where I was on an airplane and it was like really, really, really bad turbulence. And I was like, no, we're not going to die. I have way too many people to help. Like, it's totally okay. Like, I have not accomplished half the shit I have to. Of course, we're not going to crash. That is literally the way my brain works. I'm like, no, I have such a mission on this planet that I'm not going anywhere today.
And okay, so I agree. with that for you and for myself and
for sure.
And for everyone that's listening too, because this is one of the things that I've been trying to say to people and say on my Instagram and stuff like that in my posts, which is that you just need to visualize yourself in the future. And if you can see yourself in the future, you're going to get through it and it'll be fine. Like, visualize yourself 2 years from now. It'll be fine.
Yeah. And the thing is the people that call you out on that. And so like, I want everyone to realize too, that like, yes, you and I have a social media, we have like people that are engaging with us. We have a, quote unquote, a community, but I want us to show up in the world too, because whether I impact one person or 1 million people, they can be off, they're definitely off social media as well. Like I want to impact the world. Like I want to impact every single person I meet today and tomorrow and the next day ever too. And so I want everyone to know that it is your responsibility because I truly do understand, and again, it makes me want to cry, that some people do not have the capacity to think the way that you and I do. They have not put in the work. Mm-hmm. They are literally sitting at home going, I'm going to fucking die. People I know are going to die. This is the worst thing that's ever going to happen. I'm going to lose everything. And they go down this rabbit hole. So what I'm trying to remember is I need to be the person that shows up as my most confident, positive, like consistent self. That's what I'm telling myself every day, because there's a billion people that will tell you to sit on your ass. There's a billion people that are going to say, worry about it, wear the mask, like lock yourself in a dungeon, like all the things, right? There's a million of those people. I want to be one of the million people who are going, listen, girl, I promise you, you're going to get through this. You're going to be more abundant. You are going to crush this year. You can do whatever you want to do. This is a beautiful time for you to take action, live in your purpose. Like I'm showing up every day, like it or not. Again, blue button. And if you don't want to talk to me at the grocery store, hey, that's totally cool. You don't have to. But there's someone I'm going to show up to, and I'm going to change their mindset for that day. And that is my 100% mission every single day.
Mm-hmm. Actually, okay, I want to tell you something that I'm manifesting right now, and I'm really excited about it.
Love it.
Okay, so I am manifesting my person.
Ooh, I love it.
And I don't know if I've actually told you about this, but okay, so, and I've been thinking about sharing this on the podcast anyway, so here we go. I don't know when this started, but I started getting like these hits. So like, and some of the listeners should know this as well anyway, but I do poems and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so I'll journal. And when I was journaling one day, I just got this. It started off with Japan. I wanted to go to Japan, and I've been feeling it for like about a year and a half. And then I started writing about something, and the feeling that I started to get was that I was going to meet my person in Japan when I went there. And then I was kind of like, okay, well, when am I going to go? And I asked, like I journaled and I asked my intuition basically the question for that. And it's like, you need to go in October. And then I was fighting myself about it. I was like, why October? April's when all the cherry blossoms are out. I want to go in April. We're in April right now, guys. We're in social.
Go anywhere.
No, wasn't meeting nobody right now. And it's just like, oh, okay, October. So I didn't know that this was going to happen, because this happened probably, I wrote this down, I think maybe January or earlier. I think it was earlier than that. It was in 2019. And so when it said that, I was like, why October? And then I looked it up, and it's like, well, October is the best time for travelers to come to Japan, because it's like, this is the best weather and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
And now travel is going to be so freaking cheap. Like, towards, like, if you book it once this is right over, like all the airlines are just be like, give me your money. We'll let you come for free.
We'll put you on first class.
Yeah, exactly. First class upgrade. Boom. You're going to be the only person on the plane. Like, manifest that stuff. Like, that shit happens all the time. I literally, like, I have really great airline status. And the other day I was like, wow, I wonder what would happen if they're going to, they're probably going to give us this status for at least 2 more years now that, because I didn't know how much I was going to fly this year. Because last year I was in LA, like I went to LA 8 times. So that helped my status. Sure enough, I got an email, got my status till the end of 2023. I'm nice. Like, damn, I don't even have to fly at all to get it. Like, you can manifest whatever you want. Like, people who do not get this need to jump on this train with us. Jump on this train, guys, because shit comes to your life. Like, my husband and I, we have this, affirmation that we say to each other every day. But once a week, he'll send me this random text and he's like, I know today is going to be a day of unexpected blessings for you, and I can't wait for you to share them at dinner. And like, then there's some days where I will send him a text message and I'll be like, oh my God, I cannot wait for this unexpected blessing. And here's the thing, guys, I want you to realize that it's not like this massive, like, oh, a car just appeared on my driveway. But it's amazing what happens when you actually believe that something positive and this unexpected blessing is going to happen in your life. Because things that you never would have like put a lot of emphasis on before, you'll come home or at the end of the day or the week or whatever it is, you'll be like, oh my God, I had no idea this was such a good thing. Like my husband did the exact same thing. He was like, yeah, one of my employees came into my office and they were like, hey, I just want you to know that I've totally stepped up in this, this, and this. And even though it wasn't like this massive thing, to him, it was like such an unexpected blessing that his employee would come in the office and like give him this like huge thing that he's doing. Again, it's what you focus on, right? Mm-hmm. What you focus on, you find. If you focus on all of the shit in the world, I guarantee you, Corona is going to come and find your ass if that's all you're focusing on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know. I'm like, Corona? Like, it doesn't, barely crosses my mind unless I go to like my PT this morning and like everyone's got their masks and gloves on. And I was like, it's okay. I don't have it. I'm not getting it. I know I'm good. Like, that is just what I'm thinking. Like, it's just where your thoughts go, you find.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the thing that I want to come back around to is, strengthening one another. So basically what you do anyway is strengthening women, strengthening each other in any way, shape, or form. So right now, how has your business changed? I know it probably hasn't, but I feel like it's going more in one direction. So is it more so going in coaching versus obviously something like masterminds, because we can't get together right now?
Exactly. So right now, what I've always really focused on is the one-on-one coaching. But what people really see is my Women with Class Mastermind, which you were a part of. Obviously, it starts off with a retreat and then it's online. So this year, I'm now pivoting. We're going to start online. We're going to start with like a 3-hour intensive, virtual meetup. I've just bought this program. It's almost like a virtual coffee shop where we can all sit together it's even like cooler than a Zoom room. It's really neat. So that's what I'm doing for Women with Class, and we'll start with the virtual part, and then we'll probably end with a retreat this time. And then my live event, which is called Decide It's Your Turn. Here's the thing. When this first happened, so many people, you and I were supposed to be a Bliss Project together. Mm-hmm. So many events were canceled, postponed, whatever. I thought, okay, Christina, the hard thing is to cancel this, but what's really hard and really scary is to go, okay, I'm going to do this virtually instead. I'm going to do a virtual event instead because I know for a fact this event matters so fucking much, even though it's really hard. Like, I'll be honest, I have no idea how to do a virtual event. I have I've had dreams that like my internet goes dark, someone steals my car, and my power goes out. Like, that's where I'm at, right? Mm-hmm. But I always tell my clients, we do hard things. And doing this hard thing, and it's been hard this time. It's been so hard to figure out how to get people interested in this when people are like, oh my God, there's a pandemic. I'm like, amazing. There's an event for $200 for 2 days where you can like pour into yourself and you're going to come out on fire. Like, this is what you need right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand where people aren't getting this, but that's my job, right? So my job is convincing people that right now, this is the most important thing that they need. My one-on-one coaching, I'll be honest with you. I know for a fact, the one thing I am really fucking good at is setting people on fire, holding people accountable, motivating people, and giving the people the one-on-one connection that they need to make sure they hold their ass to the fire to do the thing that they are set on this planet to do. Because if you get on a call with me every single day, if you have Boxer access to me every single day, if I'm in my Google Docs giving you this, this, and this to do every day, and you're paying a good amount of money to do it, you bet your ass you're going to do it. And that's what people need right now. I feel like people really are in this place where they're like, I'm so wigged out. What do I do? And I'm like, okay, perfect. Let me take your hand and I'm going to help you through this whole entire journey, because guess what, girl? I'm good. I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm so set right now. I am more set in this moment than I've ever been before, because I've decided to act like that. No matter what is happening, I am acting as that. And if you can't act like that, that's okay. Let me hold your hand to do that. So that the one-on-one is really where I'm at right now. But I'm also I have a free webinar. Hopefully this airs before that. I'm doing a webinar on 100% free webinar on April 17th, because I do want people to realize that like right now is the time to invest in themselves. You and I both know that, right? And so I really, truly want this to be an amazing time for people to come together and share. You know, I think it's so cool that people are right now, like I saw people in a parking lot doing like a virtual trunk coffee where people sit in the trunk of their car and have coffee like 6 feet away. Like how incredible is that? I would tell your people too, like schedule a Zoom call. You and I are both going to be floating once this is over, because we are both going to be so high vibe after this interview's over that we're going to be able to crush the rest of our day. So if you don't have those people, find those fucking people. Get in a tribe with those people right now. Follow them on Instagram. Delete everyone that makes you feel like shit. I literally had to tell family members, do not send me CNN fucking bites. I don't care. It's not affecting me right now. I don't need to know what's going on. And you may think that that's ignorant, but I think that's me keeping safe boundaries so I can continue to show up as my best self.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think honestly, again, going to the mindset of everything and like making things happen too. I think that we like people, humanity again, also made this happen because there has been this underlying fear and not being confident in ourselves. And so then it comes out in the world in this like pandemic where it's like, okay, you can all be scared now because this thing's here. And so if everyone starts to change their mindset to something better, into thinking like, you know, just being in a happier place, a healthier place in their mind, then that's what's going to end up showing up in the world. Right. Yeah. Like it's really cool because you don't realize it until something like this actually happens, that how much we are all connected and how much that our mindset can change things, and realizing that everyone has been in that kind of that same mindset, and this is what's happened. Like it's a global pandemic and we can fix it. It's just a mindset shift. And it seems, again, it's
more
simple.
Than anyone, it's energy. It's all an energy. Like you're an energy healer. I mean, you know, there's so much energy around all of this. There's so much negative energy. And if you are a positive energy, you attract positive energy. It's that fucking simple.
Mm-hmm. And anything that's for you will bounce right off.
Amen.
Is not for you.
Yeah.
Which is interesting too.
But like literally, like that's why I have such a hard time understanding this. Like I understand it from like, I never understood this before, but now that I'm so in it, I'm like, how do you not understand? Like, I just don't understand how you don't understand that this is the way it works. Like, trust me, like I see you over there thinking your life is fucking miserable. Do you see me? I don't show up as that. Like, yeah, I have bad days. Yeah, I have arguments. Yeah, like I want to cry sometimes, but that's called life. It's called being a human. It happens. But my constant state is so fucking high vibe. Like, it's just the way I show up. Like, look at your constant state. Give this a whirl. You may think I'm crazy, but trust me, it looks better over here. I know you know it does. So you might as well try it.
And it's literally a choice. Like you can choose to stay in that shitty mindset, in that bad feeling, or you can choose to do something else, to throw your phone on the couch far away from you at your feet and get up and move because you've been scrolling for 3 hours.
Yes.
Like you can literally choose to change if you want to. And it's all up to you. And like, once you start realizing that, you'll be like, I've been choosing a lot of shit, and no wonder shit gets attracted to me because that's all I'm choosing. Mm-hmm. And I've seen this in people too, like in, you know, like people that are close to me or that I work with, and it's like, they choose victim mentality. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, you know, they're always bitching about different things, that it's like, oh my God, I don't know why this is happening. Like this, I'm so busy all the time. And this happened and nothing ever good comes from me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, choose something better for yourself. Like you literally put yourself in that situation. And I could see it as soon as you said, I think I'm going to do this. I'm like, have fun with that. Yeah. And it's just all a matter of choice. And, you know, some people are going to be able to accept this. And obviously if they, you know, if they're your community, chances are they're probably not going to be on the similar vibe. But, you know, there's some people that, you know, see me, especially like, you know,
like people who are kind of close, but like follow me just because they're kind of like, what are you talking about? But those people are the people who are not going to choose it. But the people who are just like totally on the same vibe, they're like, amen, girl, preach it. Yes, absolutely. Like, you know what I mean? Because those are the people that, and that's the cool thing too. Like the people who are like tying this all up to the beginning of your podcast, like my clients are attracted to me because right now they need that in their life. They want that in their life. They're willing to say, you know what, that is 100% the thing I want more than anything else right now. And that's what I'm going to commit to for this moment in time. And you, the people who want like, okay, I don't need to know how to like have this fancy, like graphic, like design, like, you know, all the things. But I really want to hold myself to say, I'm going to create the brand, I'm going to create the podcast, I'm going to push play, and I'm going to start going, and I'm going to figure it out. And I'm not going to base my worth on like how many people listen in the first fucking year. Do you know how long it took me to get to the point where I was like consistently making like 6 figures and being able to do all the things? It took me a long fucking time. But again, I was always going to win because I never am going to quit. So I'm always going to win. And that's what people have to realize. If you don't quit, you're going to win. But you can't quit. And it's going to be hard. But it's worth it.
And I think one of the other things I was thinking of is that I think a lot of one-on-one, and like when I think of you and how I was really attracted to you, because when we talk in person, because that's how we first met, was what I interviewed for you for a podcast. And I think if I had met you in any other way, it wouldn't have worked. Like if I had just seen you on Instagram, that wouldn't have worked for me. I had to meet you in person. And I think that's kind of like one of the other lessons I'm just kind of feeling it right now as we're talking about it, is I think there's a lot more, again, it's just this connection and actually starting to make an impact more so on people in your life now. Because again, I think people are thinking too big, and they weren't actually having that personal feel, that personal connection. And then that also connects to like the way that I want to do my podcast is it's nice if it's like, you know, completely edited and like, I don't know, all the additional, like it's all leveled out and everyone sounds good. And there's like music, whatever. But the point of a podcast, and if you want to do a podcast, is you want to get your message out there, which again, like ties back into the beginning. What are you passionate about? If you want to do a podcast and you want to commit to it and you want to put one out at least once a week, every week, you're going to be talking about something that you're fired up about. Like I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't like to do it. Like I love doing interviews and I love being able to have those moments where I'm just talking to myself or my phone in my car. And I get myself inspired by sharing whatever lesson I've had during the day, and then how I turn it around. Like if it's something that seems negative, it's like, okay, well, how do I spin this off? What am I learning here? And sharing that, because that's something that I wish other people would be more aware of. Like self-awareness is huge. It's so big, and people just need more of that. And there you go. That's what I'm passionate about.
It's beautiful. We went back to the 3 things. What would you do for free? What sets your soul on fire? What makes your voice raise? And where do you see the injustice? Oh my God, hello, right there. You're like bang, 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 hitting it right on the head, right? Like those are the things why you're doing the podcast. No one's got a gun to your head. If they did, this podcast would fucking suck and you would never do it. You would quit, because that's what most people do. They go, this is hard. I'm going to quit. Well, guess what? Life's fucking hard. Do you want to do something you like that's hard, or do you want to do something that you hate that's hard? And I think that ties back to the beginning of the thing that you said, is that this world was just doing all the really hard things that they fucking hated. But now it's a reset, and you can actually do, like I say every single day, you can literally live your purpose and make a difference and make a profit. Because right now, and never once have I ever said that this rodeo is fucking easy. Never will I, never, ever. But it's always worth it. Do you want to do the hard thing that you fucking hate, or do you want to do the hard thing that sets your soul on fire? You get to choose.
And it literally is always one or the other. It's hard either way. And it's like a thing that Lori, I always hear Lori saying too. It's like, why wouldn't you pick the one that has like the better thing on the end?
Yeah. Like this is hard. Like it's not easy. Like every day I want to like run outside and scream and like, you know, audio, visual, tech, like creating all these things. Someone saying no, someone not liking you, someone dropping out, someone adding in, like all of the fucking things. There's so much. But when it all boils down, I fucking love it so much. I love when I get to jump on a podcast with you. I love when I have a client send me that, like, I don't know, this client the other day, she was like so nice. She was like, you are like, what are like some drugs and alcohol all mixed together? I was like, that's the best fucking compliment ever. Like, I don't know what she said. She was like, you're like tequila and Adderall with a sugar rim. And I was like, oh my God, that's fucking the best thing ever. I was like, thank you so much. After one of our calls, one of my one-on-one clients, she sent me that text and I was like, well, I'm totally fucking posting that. That's amazing. But really, like, that's the thing, right? Is like, at the end of the day, it's not easy. Like, none of this is all easy, but it's not supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And once you get totally comfortable, as my husband says, you know, you have to love doing hard things. And when you do the hard things, it's so worth it. Like, you just have to get comfortable being like, well, this is never really going to be easy, but it's not supposed to be, but I love it, so I'm going to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. Oh, so good. Okay. So I want to talk to you a little bit after we're done. So why don't you tell everyone again what your offerings are right now and where they can find you?
Number one, find me on Instagram at BeChristina, B Christina. Come say hello to me on Instagram. Right now, the next thing that I have going on is my live virtual event that is like literally a fraction of the price that it's ever been, because normally it's like $600 in person. Right now, we'll give your audience a discount. We'll do code Shelby. It'll be less than $200 for 2 full days, 7 keynote speakers, a virtual workbook that has over $400 worth of coupons in it, a workbook that you can work through everything, plus teachings from me every single day. And, my girl, Sarah Faith, who's a Nashville recording artist, she's going to sing 2 songs that she made specifically for this event that she was going to perform in person. So it's called Decide It's Your Turn. It's on Instagram as well. Decide It's Your Turn. Find me on there and come say hi. And I just adore you.
Awesome. Okay. And your one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, my one-on-one coaching. Yeah, you can definitely find that too. Hit me up. I do the one-on-one coaching. I freaking love it. My job is to hold you accountable and motivated to live your most purposeful, profitable life.
Okay, cool. I'm really excited to hear more about the mastermind thing. 'Cause I feel I've got this little feeling for you too, that everything might change for the future and you might actually do it this way for the future. Like, it's going to be all virtual with the bang retreat at the ending. Yeah.
I know. It could be great. But again, I truly do believe this is all happening for me. All of my goals. I said that to my husband yesterday. We've been walking a lot on the weekends. And I said to him, I was like, you know what? All of the goals that I had, even though this is all happening, I actually feel like I'm still going to crush all the goals that I had, because I'm so much more in alignment. I almost feel like, and I hope your audience like understands too, because I hope that they take it away. I almost feel like my back is against the wall now, and I feel like I'm so laser focused. Before, I was kind of like, okay, I'm focused on these goals, but now I'm like, oh, fucking watch me, guys, because I know that like I'm going to crush this year. But crush it too. Like, I'm not just talking financial. I am going to crush the fact that I am going to serve at the highest fucking level. I am going to be so freaking positive. I am going to make one of the best impacts. And here's the cool thing too, I want everyone to realize: the people that come out of this pandemic on fire, oh my God, your business, your mindset, your relationship, if it gets better during this, you set yourself up for success for the rest of your life, because chances are it's not going to get much harder than this. So you might as well just be like, hell yeah, boy, I'm coming out on fire. And people are going to notice that too. You don't think I am going to come out as, wow, she came out more profitable, more positive, more followers, more people impacted, and more people like being like, you better check that chick out. You guys, like, it's a win-win-win-win-win. And you have the opportunity just like I do, because it's all I'm doing is I'm just choosing that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think last thing I want to say for that too is that it's not a bad thing to see this time as an opportunity.
Oh,
it is not. No, I think that's the other thing I've heard a lot of people say. It's like, I don't want to take advantage of other people. I'm like, you really aren't. You're not, because people need something, and and so do you. Like, you need money to live. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason to say this isn't like to offer your service and to say I need to get paid because I need to be able to live and afford the things that I have. That's not there's no issue with that. It's okay to be paid for what you do.
100%. Get paid really fucking well. Guess what? There's a reason why I can do all the awesome things that I'm getting to do right now and tip people like $100 when I go and buy takeout. Like I've done that before. I've like literally went and bought gift certificates to sponsor all the restaurants or to like help support all the restaurants that I wanted. I'm giving them out to like my PT girl and like, just like I get to do those things. And like, I literally tear up because I get to do those things because I'm doing something I love. Like, it's the fucking most craziest thing ever. I am literally doing what I fucking love and I can bless other people to do what they love. Like, it's just a fucking circle, you guys. There's no way it's not going to work. And that's what I want everyone to realize.
Mm-hmm. I think you're actually doing yourself a disservice if you don't try to make
100%.
more money, because then you can do exactly what it is you're doing. Like, I would love to be able to do that. I'm not at that stage yet. I'm going to be, though.
You will be 100%.
Yeah. I'm going to be able to help other people if something like this happens again, or if it doesn't, like I'll just be able to help people in the future for sure.
You are still helping people with this podcast right now, but yes, absolutely. You need to be in so much abundance to be abundant. You can't, like I heard, so I don't know if anyone follows Grant Cardone, but a lot of people don't like him. My husband loves him because they're in the same industry, and he is brash, and he is like, you think I cuss? Ha! But anyway, he's very brash. But I remember one time he said this, he said, and that's his quote, not mine, Grant Cardone's quote. He said, poor people are selfish. And I was like, oh my God, did he just say that? And I was like, no way you said that. He goes, when you are in a state where you can barely take care of yourself, all you're thinking about is yourself. When I am in a state that I have more than, I am only thinking about the people that I can bless. I'll be honest, right now, I'm not worried about paying my bills. I can pay my bills I'm so thankful that I can pay my bills for the rest of the year. So I can be in a state that I am like, I can help that person. I can be abundant to that person. I can help this person. So in order to have that, I have to make money. But in order to be making the money right now, I'm so in my purpose. And the reason why I'm making the abundance of money is because I am in my purpose. Money comes to you when you are in a state of high flow. So quit thinking that like it's a negative thing. Start thinking about it as like, if you can, I tithe perfectly to my church. I help other people. I bless other people with all sorts of abundance because I am abundant.
Mm-hmm. That is okay. And beauties, that is all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. Cause oh my God, honestly, as soon as I started talking to you, I was just like, I get so excited.
You're in your purpose, man.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So, beauties, go and check out Christina's webinar. I will put this out before then. So we can advertise that for you, and just, keep listening. I'm going to keep bringing awesome people on here to talk more about it, like whatever is going to help. So I will talk to you guys soon, and make sure you go and check out Christina. Bye guys.
Bye.